My name is Ben Allen. I'm a state senator from Los Angeles in California. I represent the west side of Los Angeles and also the coastal South Bay. Los Angeles, as you probably know, is a hotbed of creativity and innovation. We're the home of Hollywood. We're now the sixth largest economy in the world if we were a standalone nation. There's no question that the creative economy is a huge part of that, and the LGBT community is a big part of our creative economy. It has to do with, I think, the more open a society you have, the more people feel comfortable being who they are and being able to think how they want and act how they want and live how they want. That sort of environment ends up creating just a special mix of openness that ends up being a really important kind of economic driver. And there's something about the creativity, the innovation, the openness that we have in a community like ours that has really allowed for an economic juggernaut. There's a role that TV and film can play. It's such a powerful medium, and sometimes it allows us to understand that we're not alone. That you know, and it also kind of helps people in parts of our country who may not have had as much exposure to understand that, you know, gay folks are like everybody else. You know, they got the same hopes, dreams, fears, aspirations that everybody else. There were certainly some folks who were really upset about it, but this whole idea that marriage equality is harmful to heterosexual marriage is just ridiculous. I mean, it really, if anything, it's an affirmation of the beauty of marriage, where two human beings want to devote themselves to each other. If anything, it promotes a greater respect for monogamy and for deep relationship building. People have accepted it. You know, it's been just fine, and it hasn't really changed our nation, except for the fact that it's actually made the country a little bit more inclusive and a little bit more accepting of different people. In our more conservative areas too, where, you know, they never approved of this and there was a lot of shock and consternation, it really hasn't changed the fabric of society much at all. I mean, all it's done is allow people to be able to express themselves and live out their own lives, and nothing much has changed really. And I think what's most important about it is that it's allowed people who are a little different to know that being different's okay. And it's, you know, and their being different doesn't harm the rest of society, doesn't impinge upon other people's choices. You know, the vast majority of our population is still heterosexual and is still, you know, doing their thing with people of the opposite sex and getting married and having children and all that stuff, and marriage equality doesn't impact that at all. I'm about to get married to a woman, and thank you. And and we're, you know, I want to have children, and you know, I want to raise my children in a society that is accepting of other people, and that says to folks that no matter who you are, what you want to do, or the kind of person you are, you know, you're part of our society, you're part of our culture. We embrace you, we accept you. That's the kind of society I want to live in. That's the kind of society that I want to raise my kids in. We've got so many different kinds of families. I mean, they're terrible straight parents, and they're fantastic straight parents, and it's just the world is a big mix. We've got lots of kids growing up in single family homes. We've got there are loving households and there's abusive households. A stable, loving gay family can raise incredible children, and they do in the United States, and they have been doing it actually for quite some time. I know this because I've got, you know, friends who are in that situation. So that sort of fear doesn't conform with my experience and the couples and the families that I've seen. Is everyone perfect? You know, are there not broken, problematic families out there that are heterosexual? I mean, is it their sexual orientation that makes a good parent? If there's a loving LGBT couple that has come together and that decided to get married because they want to be together for the rest of their lives and build a family together, they're really likely to be great parents. You know, it's not a mistake. You know, straight relationships, people get pregnant all the time when they didn't really want to, and it doesn't always lead to the best outcomes. You have to proactively decide, this is something I want to do. So the chances of you actually having a better environment for that kid actually pretty high. Ben Allen, I'm a state senator from California, from Los Angeles, and I support marriage equality in Taiwan.